Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, I just made a video on my Instagram and such talking about these figures and everything. I already know I made a lot of videos talking about these figures and such, and which is, it's an okay thing. But I wanted to talk about one certain thing, you know, and this group of people are phenomenal at doing it. They're phenomenal. And I really give them props for what they fucking do. I really do. You know, this is not about Puppet Master. This is not about Godzilla. This is not about horror movies. This is about the LJN wrestling figures, I guess you would say. You know, but not just any wrestling figure, stuff out there. We're talking about, the kind of like the big 8-inch rubber ones. Well, back in the day, they started, in 1984. They made the big Sling 'em Fling 'em ring. They made a bunch of them throughout the 80s, so on and so forth. Well, there were some figures that they didn't end up finishing off. And I will say this. Thanks to XLX Customs, or Custom, by Random Treasures on Etsy, they can hook you up with some fantastic LJN styled wrestling figures. And for a while, I was looking on eBay and looking on, fucking Macari, and I'm like, man, I don't want to pay $500, $600, and so on and so forth for the Black Carded series figures, And I'm looking, and I'm like, if there was a really good group out there that could make really good styled rubber LJN figures, not out of fucking resin and shit, as I see some people making them out of resin, and it's like, oh, God forbid, if I get a resin figure and it falls and it cracks, there's my $200 possibly wasted. You get what I mean? Because, come on, some of them resin figures have to be a lot of money, So, and don't get me wrong, the people that make them out of resin, I have seen y'all do really fucking good. Really good. But my only downfall on it is, they're made out of resin, and I don't want to get resin ones, because if I want to play with it, or if it falls off the shelf, or something happens, it's gonna freaking break, then there's my money's worth gone, in my opinion. So, I'm looking, and I'm like, man, some of these figures look really good, but they're all resin. I don't want that. So then I looked at this guy's YouTube channel. He has a lot of cool videos about LJN wrestling figures, and the New 80s Revolution is his name. I talk to him here and there, and I don't know if he has a problem with me or something. So there's always something, and he always blocks me or some shit. So I don't know. But to my presence, the guy is a fucking cool dude, in my opinion. But anyways, so I was watching his videos, and I'm like, this guy's pretty damn good. He has a lot of the good collection figures of LJN, and me being a big wrestling superstars fan, I wanted to get into my own collection, and I started doing that and all this and all that. Then I seen he has the real 89 series figures, and I'm like, man, I wish I had those. Well, he made his first video, as far as I know. He made his first video of a customized LJN wrestling figure by XOX Customs, and I'm like, holy crap, that's pretty cool looking, And I went on to their website, and they're handmade out of, the rubber material, not fucking resin, thank God, and everything. And I ended up seeing that they make the old 1989 series figures. They make other ones as well, but they make the old 1989 series figures, and if you legitimately had the original figure and the one figure, like the customized one they make, can, like, both of them side to side to each other and stuff, you would have no clue which one's the fake to the real, in my opinion. You would have no goddamn clue, you know? So I'm like, holy crap, this is fucking amazing, you know? So I ended up ordering my first LJN XOX customized LJN figure. Came in the mail. I was blown away. I'm like, holy fuck, this actually looks really good. And we all know which one that is, you know? Well, unfortunately, a little story. A couple of months later, my brother decided to come in my room, and he just decided to start messing with the actual figure, you know? And, quote unquote, his words, he picked it up, and he said, oh, the arm snapped. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that it just randomly snapped, that you just picked it up off the shelf, and it just ran. There's no way, you know? And I know, for some odd reason in his stupid fucking mind, because he knows about the figures too, you know, and everything. He knows about the bendies. So for some odd reason, he thinks they're the bendy ones that you could bend. You know, remember the bendy ones they made and crap? You know, and of course, he ends up snapping the figure's arm. The arm's fucking dangling and shit. So I had to go and end up buying some fucking super glue. And lo and behold, it actually worked perfectly fine. But, yeah. And I told some people in the past that it fell off the shelf and the arm broke, and no, that's, no. What actually happened was my fucking brother ended up touching the damn thing, started bending on the figure's arm, and the arm cracked, even though he said he just picked it up, and there's no way that just randomly happened, that he just picked up the figure from the shelf, and his arm just randomly snapped. There's no way. But, anyways, so after that happened, I was a little mad, you know, and such, but I ended up buying some glue, and I fixed it up, and it's all fine. But, however, besides that, you know, I was blown away, and I'm still kind of blown away months later, you know. And again, just here, let's do it like this. You have no clue, right? If this is stand by the real figure, you would have no single clue which one's the real to the fake. You would have no clue. Now, I guess you can say the real figure, the skin tone's a little bit different. But besides that, you would have no fucking clue. You know, and just look at this, you know. So here it is, the actual figure itself. You know, and the eyes, I mean, I don't know, in the camera there, the eyes look fucking side, you know, lopsed. But to be honest, from actually looking at it, it doesn't look cyclops at all, which is weird. In the camera, his eyes look a little fucking cyclops, but, you know, this looks exactly like the real fucking deal, doesn't it? You know, it looks like the real thing, you know, and this is why I legitimately love XOX Customs. You know, and you would have no clue. You would have no clue that this is the fake to the actual real one. Now, I don't have the real figure because, you know, I'm not fucking paying $500-600 for a mint mirror condition, or I guess you would say missing some paint here and there for a $400 or $500. No, fuck that. You know, I don't got that type of money. Sorry. You know. But yeah, I ended up buying this from them, and this looks too damn good. You know, it looks exactly like the real deal thing, you know. And this is actually made out of rubber. You know, if it wasn't made out of rubber, number one, I wouldn't be able to move the feet, you know, together like that if it wasn't made out of a rubber, you know. So, but yeah, and everything, and you know, and I give them props. You know, they do really good. They make the Black Singlet Andre, they make the Warlord, you know, they make Ultimate Warrior. They even have, they ended up making their own versions of the Ultimate Warrior, you know, and their own versions of the figures, and they make the red and white shirt Hogan, and, you know, they make so many good ones. And for real, you would have no clue that this is the, you know, fake one. You would have no clue. You would look at this and be like, oh, fuck, this is that, you know? You would have no clue. And in my opinion, the only way how you could tell that this is legitimately the fake when you get it out of the box is we should all know. Us LJN collectors should all know. On the bottom of the 1989 series figures would have the license of when they came out. Well, this one doesn't. He doesn't have any of the license of when he came out. You know? But besides that, you know, and I get it, they can't do that, because if they do that, there could be a lot of lawsuit potentials, and, you know, you don't want that shit. You don't want that. But, you know, and yeah, this is the arm that actually got fucking broken. Originally it was dangly, and originally it was hanging down, and, you know, but I took some super glue, and I managed to fucking, you know, fix it up, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but there is a little bit of excess white super glue around the arm there. I tried to remove it, but it's too dried up, and, you know, when super glue is dried up, it's kind of very hard to remove. But besides that, yeah, it's been in there. It's really in there. It's not. I don't think it will come off or anything, unless if, you know, a jackass like him starts pulling on it, and of course it'll fucking break apart again. But besides that, though, like, yeah. So, but I don't know. I was thinking about buying another one from them, but right now the arm hasn't broke and it hasn't detached, but, you know, the glue's kind of, the dried up glue's kind of been driving me fucking crazy and shit, you know, and everything, and it's like, I don't know, maybe I will buy another one from them, and, you know, maybe I will sometime. I don't know, you know, but I'm just saying, if you don't want to pay that crazy amount of fucking money, seriously, go to XOX Customs, you know, buy one of their LJN series figures. You know, heck, they even make Haku. You know, they make so many of them. And I'm telling you, you can even get them painted differently. Like, let's say if you wanted the Ultimate Warrior figure painted totally differently. You could. You can even get the figure non-painted. So let's say if you wanted to get it, you know, and you wanted to paint it yourself. You could do that. You know, you could legitimately paint the figure yourself if you wanted to. You know? But me, I'm not fucking doing it. I'd rather just buy the figure already painted, and, you know, and already done and dealt with. But, yeah, in my opinion, though, very good. I really do hope XOX Customs by Random Treasures, I hope y'all get super famous off of this shit. If anything, I hope y'all bring the fucking LJN series shit back. Seriously. I hope y'all get big enough to where y'all can end up making these go to the fucking toy stores and shit again. How cool would that be? I don't think it would be possible, but you never know. It would be awesome if we can see the new styled rubbery LJN figures back in the fucking market. You know? I would be down. I would be down to see these, like, in the, you know, in their own styled LJN packaging, you know, like remade black carded series XOX Random Treasures, you know, carded LJN figures, and, you know, at the toy store and everything. I would be all down for it, you know, at a Walmart or something like that. You know, it would be awesome. It would be awesome. So, but you never know. Time can tell. You never know. So, I mean, so yeah, I'm just, this is just, I guess, kind of a shout out video, and people that are struggling out there, and if you haven't heard of XOX Customs, and you want to buy yourself the Ultimate Warrior, and you want to buy yourself, you know, the Black Singlet Andre, and you just want to, you don't care, you just want to get your Black Carded Series figures out of the way, but you don't want to pay all that crazy money for the real deal ones, go to them. They will hook you up. Just know, don't have an asshole family member trying to fuck with them and trying to bend their joints back and crap, because, you know, they could potentially snap. You know, if you put enough of pressure in it and enough of strength, you could legitimately bend it and it could snap. You know, but besides that, I mean, they're made out of the resiny rubber. You can actually play with them. Before my brother fucked with it and shit, I played with this and it never fucking gave me a problem. All the paint still stays on, you know, and everything. All the paint is still there, you know, here. All the paint on the face is still there and shit, and the hair. You know, there's no damn problems. They're damn good at what they do. They're so good at what they do. You know? So, but, anyways, like, comment, subscribe, seriously. If you're having if you're having trouble getting your LJN 89 series figures out of the way, and you're like, man, I don't want to pay all this crazy ass fucking money for the actual ones, and I get it, some people will, because but I'm just saying, if you really, want to just get the series out of the way, and you don't give a fuck, this is the right call. I would say buy the ones that other people are making, but they're making them out of resin and shit, and I don't want resin figures, I'd rather buy rubbery ones, like they make on Etsy. That's how you can find these, by the way, from XX Customs Random Treasures by Etsy, the Etsy app. But, yeah, so, very good in my opinion. That's about it. I'm definitely having more thoughts when I have more cash. I'm definitely going to be buying the more of them from them and such and such. I might even end up buying me another alternate warrior figure and fucking possibly lock it and seal it away in my fucking closet so no dumbass can fucking grab to it and start messing with it. But yeah, anyways, that's really it and everything. And personally, these are just outstanding figures. They even have one newer figure that just looks, it's so cool. It's so cool. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here. Seriously, buy their figures on Etsy. XOX Random Treasures. Thank you. Thank you for helping out the LJN community. Gave y'all props on that. Bye now.